What up, dope? Welcome to Conscious by Nature, where we talk about it because we live it and we understand it because we've been there before. The host, Money Mac, the Pretty Boys champ. What it do? Yeah. To my left, the scholar, D. Lamar.
Peace, peace, peace.
To complete the crown, Tyson, Area 51 Porter, a.k.a. the Genius.
What's good?
As you can see, we got a special in-studio guest with us today, man.
It is a pleasure to introduce this young man. He is currently a video producer for the high-end affair for celebrity chef Nikki Steward, whose events include Sean Combs' Super Bowl party in Miami, All-Star Weekend in Chicago, and Weedmap's Hire Together sessions from home event. He also specializes in docu-style films and also has had the pleasure to collaborate with multiple celebrities such as Dave Chappelle, Thee Stallion, and Tom Joyner, to name a few. Conscious by Nature would like to welcome and introduce Mr. Tyler Patterson.
All right, Tyler. So, since you ready to talk, tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. Well, from Columbus, Ohio. 22 years old. Virgo baby. So yeah, man. I'm just a creative for the most part. I dabble in a lot of different stuff. Played sports all my life, but I found a love for film. Surprised at a young age. I first picked up a camera when I was 18 years old. And ever since I had it in my hand, I loved it ever since. But I tell stories. I'm a storyteller.
All right. Sounds good, man. Glad you're here, man. Glad to see you
Absolutely.
again, man. You looking good. Like the
Appreciate you.
hair, man. Very dope. Very natural
Yeah,
look.
it's
You know what I'm
getting there.
saying? It's nice and cut, clean. You know?
I'm jealous, man. I can't grow hair anymore.
Oh, man. Don't be jealous, man. You got a Pringles line up.
Shout
man.
out to Pringle real quick.
Shout out to Pringles, man. You
The
don't be
official
jealous.
barber of Conscious by Nature.
Hey, D. Lamar, man, go ahead and take us into our little interview mode, man, and so he can tell the people a little bit about himself, so he can share some of these accolades, man. I'm interested to hear some of this stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Wow, man.
Things that, the champ want to do, shoot a couple videos and things like that. So, you know what I mean? Go ahead, take it away, D. Lamar.
Yeah, we're very happy to have Tyler Patterson here as our conscious spotlight, where we spotlight a positive influence on African American culture. Thank you again for coming and joining us, man. You have so much in you, and you've done so much in such a short time. You say 22 years old. Such a professional, man. So the minute that I was able to get you to come on the show, I just had to, man. I mean, I want to ask you, and how did you really find this love or get into photography, videography, and then cinematography? Like, what is that about?
It was a journey, man. To be honest, I originally went to Finley University for football. I was on the football scholarship.
Centennial Stars.
Yeah,
That
our high school was
QB.
all right. But,
Okay, then.
yeah, I was fortunate to have an opportunity to play at a higher level. And with that,
Right.
I wanted to be a sports agent. That's my whole goal. I was, the movie Jerry Maguire.
No doubt.
Yeah, like I was trying seeing that. I was okay. That's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something involved in the sports. But then I realized I didn't want to go to law school. I'm like, okay, what else can I, tap in with on the creative side? Because I went to Fort Hayes High School Career Center, and I got a graphics degree, well, not degree, certificate and stuff. So I knew I wanted to probably jump back into that, and then
Graphic arts or graphic design?
graphic design.
Okay.
Yeah, design like Illustrator, Photoshop, all that stuff. But I never really, when I went to the program, I really just thought I just wanted to do it because I could print shirts and money at the moment. But I never saw anything like really long term with it. But
So you had a young hustler's ambition.
yeah,
You're just trying to make some money and then that kind of blossomed into some other things.
Exactly. And then fast forward to when I was going into my sophomore year of college. I transferred to Ohio State, and I seen one of my mentors, Corey Easley. Um, he was on stage at Numbers Fest, and he had this black and white silhouette of Future and Ray Sherman. And it
Okay.
was so it was sick when I saw it. Like, it was one of those things that as soon as I saw it, it grabbed me. Like, wow, bro, how did you do that? Like,
Right.
this is dope. Like, and he was just like, come along with me next time. And since then, that summer he introduced me to a man named Yavez Ellis, which is my boss now at Canva. Rest is history. Like, I was shooting a music video for him as backup, and I had a Canon TI is one on church camera. That's what I started with. And once I felt it in my hands, man, I knew this is
Wow. You know
yeah,
what?
man.
That's like really like almost like a story. You know what I mean? That's your true life story. You somebody that you were cool with, you rode along with him, found out that you had aspirations after seeing something that he did, man, and then look at what you become of yourself. That's impressive. It really is.
Yeah, man, I definitely feel like us as we're all creatives as humans. So I feel like any way we can share our story, whether that's through this like a podcast, or through visually, or even writing a book, like any way you can like teach somebody. This is I love what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to get to um, silent type media and TP cinematography. So silent type media, is that your company?
That's my company.
And then TP cinematography, is that your AKA or your moniker that you go by?
Basically, yeah. It was mainly for social, because my Instagram before that was ASAP Trig, like underscore Trig, and it just wasn't like, it just wasn't, it didn't fit the professional aspect of that. But the meaning behind that was always say a prayer, ASAP, and then Trig part was when I was playing football, that was why like nickname people used to call me.
No doubt.
And
Always say a prayer.
always say
ASAP.
a prayer, ASAP.
Man.
I'm gonna figure out a way to incorporate that into my rebranding, but yeah, I had to change it.
What made you want to start a business? I mean, I guess if you're a photographer and doing videography as well, I guess that would make you your own business. But what made you want to take it to the next level?
Um, Honestly, it's a gradual. It just turned into that. Like, at first, I wasn't really thinking nothing of it. I knew I wanted to like create. I still had like other ambitions of like getting into real estate and all that stuff. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur regardless.
Okay.
But I didn't know exactly what that looked like. But as I like started doing more gigs and started like getting a little bit more money on my hands, then I realized like potential that this had. Um, and at first it wasn't for the money; it was just because I love doing it. Um, and it's still not because of the money. I still love what I do. But when it comes to that, and you're working with other people, it just turns into a business.
Okay.
Yeah, I really wasn't thinking about how I would turn that into it, but it just happened.
And how many of us would love to do what we would love for a living and enjoy it? So
Definitely.
you've gotten a head start on all those things. And that could be just a testament, like I say, to your upbringing. Shout out to your mom,
Big
dad,
shout out.
your sister, um, and instilling what I believe are very, very good qualities in you. You seem to be a very humble young man. Say 22 years old, doing what you love as your profession. So let me ask you, you've told me that you started out with the church camera. I wanted to laugh at that, but this is an interview. You know, but you got to start somewhere, right?
Got to, man.
So,
Got to.
in order for you to, maybe you upgraded yourself. Did you already have funds from selling your T-shirts, or were you taking little jobs with your church camera? Is that how you came up with funding to really start your business and get the equipment that you needed?
So thankfully, mom gifted me with a camera. It was a G7. And ever since then, I was working with that camera. But there was one gig. I was going to a dance shoot. I was running a little bit late. I was packing the car. Put my camera on top of the car, and I just wasn't thinking nothing of it. I packed the rest of the car. I had a whole bunch of like lights and stands and all that stuff, and then took off. Got to the shoot, and I'm like, I felt like I'm missing something. Drove right back. Camera was just smashed in the middle of the street. Lens was one side, the body was the other, and I still have that camera to this day. I picked up all the pieces, put in a plastic bag, and just reminds me like how quick things can, you know what I'm saying, and how like temporary it is as well.
Wow.
So like,
What happened to that shoot? You couldn't do nothing that night.
Can't do it. Like I had to. It was sometimes it's business, but that was on me for sure. But yeah, it's just ever since then though to the next camera. Financing, honestly, I paid it off at the end of it was like beginning of 2020 actually. But yeah, I got a way better camera, and it was a sign too, because I was praying about it. Like I need to go ahead and get this camera. I had the funds for it. I was just saying here like, I can put it off. I can put it off. I'm cool with what I have now. And then when that happened, it was like, got to. I don't know if that was a push or that was just me being.
If I can, real quick, I love that story because something happened, right? That could have deterred you and said, "Oh man, it ain't meant to be. My camera broke. This, that, and the other." But you turned that around and said, "No, I'm gonna use this as a motivation or a tool to help me keep going forward. I'm gonna keep this camera. It's broke, it's shattered, but this is gonna be something that motivates me, pushes me, keep going on, keep doing so." I love that, man. That's beautiful. Man.
And that's one thing, when we talk about our conscious spotlight, right there, you use, like you said, that as motivation to drive you. And we need everybody who's watching this show to use those pains. Sometimes you have downfalls and things that happen in your life. Use that to drive you forward towards something positive for yourself. So that is an excellent story, man. And I know I keep coming back to your age because you're not done ascending anywhere to where you want to be, but you've had so much success early. To be such a young professional, do you experience bias because of your age or your experience or even your race that you do?
Honestly, I mean, if I have, it's probably like one of those unseen things. Like I
Okay.
really couldn't tell. But honestly, I feel like being young has pushed like my business to a faster, like, just
A faster pace.
yeah,
level.
faster pace because one, especially with like social media nowadays, everybody wants like that younger perspective, and the fact that I am young and I've done what I have done. People seem to gravitate towards that, at least from what I see. But then again, there's also like that lack of experience, because of the amount of time that I've done it. Like doing gigs from like person to person, like I know you and you connect me with somebody else.
Right.
That's like where I've been getting most of my networking from. But when it comes to like me applying to work on like a production set, like on Indeed or any other type of job site, that's where it's like, okay, you haven't been on an actual production set, you haven't did this, you haven't did that. So I would say that's where I lack when it comes to my experience aspect, but well, bias wise when it comes to that, but race wise, I really haven't experienced anything too crazy.
That's excellent.
Thank
And
God.
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Because
I
many
have heard
times
stories.
on the show, we don't always get to see that positive side of the token, and like I said, you haven't experienced yet, and I'm hoping that you don't. definitely hoping that you don't experience anything like that, so that your career can go on and not do that. But you know how to deal with those situations when they and if they do arise.
Definitely.
Let's talk about like some of the things that you've done. So, tell us about some of the events you've done, some of the people you work with. What sets your work apart from people?
Um, I would say what sets me apart. I mean, it's so like that's such a because I mean everybody has their own like takes on things, but for me personally, I just feel like just the fact that I love what I do, um, and that I feel like this is my passion, and through this passion, God is showing me that this is fulfilling my purpose at the same time. Um, at least one of them, on my purpose. I
Okay.
believe we have multiple purposes, but man, some of the stuff that I've done, I've shot multiple interviews with like a whole bunch of different artists between um Combs, Diddy Combs, not Diddy Combs, what's his son?
Oh, Sean Combs'
Sean,
son,
yeah, what's his name?
King
King,
Combs.
yeah,
That is
him.
You don't remember the man's name you shot?
I'm,
That's not good. That's not good.
I'm having a blank.
it's all right.
But Jidenna, Megan Thee Stallion, the baby.
Is she really a stallion?
Oh, bro, she's
Oh,
yes.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, she is. She's big.
That's what's
But
up.
also shot personally with Dave Chappelle on multiple different stuff. His SNL skit that he did here in New York during the presidential debate between Trump and
Joe
Biden. Yeah, we shot that whole behind scenes leading up to that day. Also his shows up in Yellow Springs,
Right.
comedy shows. We shot that.
That's awesome.
Loved it. Jidenna, his album release that he did in Los Angeles, California, for 85 to South. First time ever like playing it for the public. Happened to be there at Hot and Cold Cafe.
How about that?
It was just he popped up and it was crazy. Like I wasn't expecting it at all, but I happened to have my camera with me, so ended up just working with that.
Success comes to those who are prepared to take advantage.
Mhm.
Ever heard that before?
So true.
Yeah.
Definitely true. Yes, I mean it's been a lot of other artists, but those are the main ones.
Okay.
Let me ask you this real quick. So, how do you not become starstruck? You see individuals like a Dave Chappelle, Jenna, Meg Thee Stallion, because you already said that she was thick. So, I mean, how do you handle that? At such a young age.
They're just regular people, honestly.
I like that.
They just got more followers than this.
Mhm.
That's all
I
I
like
really
that.
see. But yeah, and they don't really like celebrities. They don't like when like people's like super starstruck. Like they sometimes they like being treated. Well, most every time they like being treated like it's regular humans. If you just see it as that perspective and see it as like, okay, this is more of like a networking opportunity. I really don't even talk to the celebrities all like that. Like my main thing is like their managers, people that's behind them, because that's where the money's at. But and the real connections are at. But yes,
I like that.
So that was a great question, because I was going to ask him how hard it is to stay humble. When you experience such success so early. But what does success look like to you? I mean, you're 22 years old. You're growing in your passion every day. Like I said, we're blessed to have you on our show right
speed.
now. But what does it look like to you? Success.
Success. That's such a it's a wide topic, but personally, one of the viewpoints from that I would definitely say is my happiness. As long as I'm happy at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And I say happiness. I know there's a difference between like being joyful and being happy. But I feel like sometimes you need that sadness. Like sometimes you need to go through some stuff to actually like move forward when it comes to certain things. You can't be happy all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, it's a good thing, but yeah, that's one. And then also just saying like winning more times, making it easier to win and harder to fail. And it's a wide topic, like a wide answer, but if you really think about it on like a day to day, if you try to win, not win, but if you just try to make it easier for yourself when it comes to handling how you have interactions or certain goals, rather than I'm blanking here, but rather than just like I'm really blanking.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good, young man.
I
You-
think that's a great question.
You know, here's a great plug for you. You're 22 years old. Get yourself some focus factor, young man. Get yourself together. You can't just be out here 22 blanking. That's reserved for OGs like me. Just blank out on you real quick. Can't just be doing that to us. It's all good.
He said, making it harder to lose and easier to win.
Yeah, but don't make it easy on yourself. So you get up today and be like, yo, this the easy thing to do. Yeah, you know you can do that easy shit. You know what I mean? You know you can do that. Go do that shit. That's hard to do. That shit hard. It's gonna take time. You gotta work at it, but it's gonna be worth it. We know you can do the easy shit.
Right.
Do the hard shit.
As soon as you said that, I thought about money. Because when we was talking last week, it was something we was talking about as far as coaching or a winner's mentality. And that's it. Knowing that it's easy to give up, but you can't get up every morning saying it's easy.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Because your mind got to always be in a state of wanting to win. And that's where you at. That's where you get.
Even like in weightlifting.
Yeah.
You know about it. We know about it, but of course this man knows about it. You know what I'm saying? You can just push that 25. That's easy, and I'm cool with that. But if you want to get gains, you got to up the weight. And that's what he's saying. You want to go to that next level, you got to up the weight.
Every time too. So
and whatever that is, whatever profession that is.
And you know, that's it. You got to do 25, then you got to do 35. You got to do 45. So you got to always be pushing yourself and upping yourself. So you're not capping yourself. There is no ceiling. You know what I mean?
There is no ceiling.
You know what's crazy with that? I realize like with success in general though, like it's that first initial rise. If you look at it as a graph, like that first initial rise is like, oh, I'm getting all these gigs. People are starting to notice me. Like, you know, I'm feeling happy in my career, what I'm doing. But then eventually it starts to like flatten out. And it's like, that's where, you know, people try to find themselves. Oh, is this the right career path for me? It's not going as good as it first used to have. But when you really realize, like how you said, making it harder, but like still feeling that gratitude of like, okay, I accomplished that hard goal. Like, it's small wins after that. And then when you look back 10 years from now, you're like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's compared to that first initial.
Man, you know what I was thinking about? The attitude of gratitude. I know that's right now, it's kind of cliche, but that's so real to me. When I'm thankful for where I'm at, where I'm going, and even the things that come and try to stand in my way, I find my own growth there. So I use that every day. I use that upon everybody I meet. You know, I thank people for things that they do, even if it's something that they should do. So in hopes that they will push themselves further with that attitude of gratitude. So has there been any roadblocks or pitfalls that have been coming in your way trying to stop your young ascension here?
Well, other than breaking that camera when I was younger.
Yeah, don't break no more cameras, bro.
Nah, I'm cool. I got a case on the case inside the case.
Right.
But honestly, just myself. Like sometimes I do get in that phase, especially like with stuff like now, where it's just procrastination can come in. Sometimes, you know, just feeling depression because stuff isn't going like how it was, because everything had to take, you know, a step back. You have to really reevaluate yourself. But honestly, I'll just say myself, it hasn't been nothing like if somebody says, oh, I'm not going to, you know, give you this opportunity because of how a shoot went or something like that. It's never been nothing, no cases like that. But I do feel like sometimes like all bridges aren't good for you though. I feel like sometimes let the bridge that I burn light the way, because there's sometimes where people will try to take advantage of you, even though they have that connect that you are looking for. But not all bridges.
Let the bridge that you burn light the way.
Can I ask you a quick question? Because I heard a rumor, man. I just want to know if it's true, man. Does Dave Chappelle, does his breath really stink?
I haven't been that close to him like this to really
Okay.
like smell it,
Hey,
but nah, I
Dave,
think he's so fresh, man.
I'm a fan. I love you,
He's
Dave.
fresh, man.
I didn't never say he was not fresh, but I just heard a rumor from a lady friend. She's like,
His
that
breath
man
stink.
breath was.
I mean, he does smoke cigarettes, but I mean, other than that, like, that might
Yo,
smell
that
like
makes
cigs,
sense,
Dave,
but
you my boy.
Dave, can we
Look
get some
at
tickets?
the
Man,
scholar like
sorry.
insulted that anybody would say anything bad about Dave Chappelle,
Dave
man.
Chappelle was my guy.
solid dude,
man.
man. Great
He's a
young
man crush.
Hey, romance to romance, whatever. It's my guy, man.
Best in the game right now.
It's best in the game.
definitely, and most conscious too, in my opinion. But
Let
he
the
is 6 years ago.
bridge that you burn light the way. That is powerful to me. Like, come on, man. That you said every bridge ain't the right bridge. Like that's proof positive in my life. And I mean, there's been people that I've met that I know, like, all right, if I get to know this person better, maybe I can put some better coin in my pocket. But I can't kiss nobody ass while people don't like me sometimes. And I watch people do that and they ascend and they're presidents and all of this other stuff or get things that I want, but I just can't do it. And I'm just content with where I am until I grow myself my own way. That's all I can do. Man, I'm still in that.
Put it on a t-shirt.
That man, real. That's merch. So you work for yourself. You know, when I asked you about doing the show, I don't think you even saw yourself as a motivator to others. Like I said, we're here to tell you as a conscious spotlight that you are. In the Black community in general, not just locally, you know, but to everybody who sees this or hears this, you know, you have something that can touch them. So what is something that you could tell someone else to help encourage them or motivate them to do better or to find something that can help them pursue their dreams?
My mentor, Yavis Ellis, he once told me that he shared this story with me, basically, of a homeless man that he met on the street before. And he just happened to walk past him, and he was just asking, like, how are you still happy? Like, all this, like, still cold outside. Like, you don't have really that much at the moment. Just like, how are you, like, happy with what you are? Because he always had a smile on his face every time he walked past him. And he was like, that the greatest person that he would have been tomorrow, the whole world would have heard of him tomorrow. The fact is that he died and he faded from view. All that was left with his living was a list of things that he intended to do tomorrow. So why not be great today? Why not be happy where you are today? Strive to where. That's like, don't if you can do it now, do it, and try to keep that that positive mindset throughout everything that you do, even if the world is burning.
I mean, that's one of the goals that we had coming into 2021 is do that now. Really is no tomorrow. All you have is right now, this very second. So you might as well, why don't you just go ahead and do it? If it's a podcast or, hey, you got that camera, go ahead and take some pictures, man.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you love to do it right now. So I love to hear that.
Definitely.
It's a great story.
You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? For sharing with us, man. Tell it. You know what? Hold on, man. Before we just get into passing the mic around, man, I want to know about one of these pool parties, man. So go ahead, tell me something.
Which pool party?
I don't know. The best one you got. Who was there? What color was that bikini? What was she wearing? Like, you was taking the pictures. I know you didn't went through all of them.
Yeah, Diddy's Super Bowl party at his house. It was in Star Island, Miami. Man, like, I tell you, everybody was there. Seen Megan, Tory Lanez. Funny how I put them two together.
It's the worst two.
Yeah, I seen them two.
Was they together?
2 Chainz. I didn't like. I know they was like interacting, but you would have never guessed that they was like,
that he would have shot her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigga, what?
No, but just the fact that they were together, you never guess. 2 Chainz, the whole Combs family. It was packed. It was a lot of it. Like, whoever you could think of, other than like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they weren't there, or Kanye. But everybody else was there for sure.
Kanye, you kicked it with Kanye before? How was he?
Never kicked it with Kanye.
Okay.
Nah, never.
You ever kicked it with Kim?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wrote a blunt for Kalani.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was dope.
What did she do for you?
No, it was this rolling station that we had, and I was just back there with Chef and stuff. We was like all talking and all that, and then Kalani and a couple of her friends came up, and like she ain't never wrote a paper before, so just roll one up, stuffed it, and gave it to her. But other than that, like it was just a whole bunch of.
Did she smoke it in front of you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she lit everything.
Oh, she was like
all that.
Oh, for sure,
yeah.
For sure.
So, how do y'all measure success? My question for y'all.
Oh, the interviewer's questioning us. All right, this is the first. Here we go.
I think that it's very similar to what you said. Success is based on what you feel your limitations are. If I'm able to be happy and comfortable, if I ever find that place, I think that I would believe that's success. I haven't yet attained it, so I don't know what it looks like. Peace of mind, being able to go to bed at night and not have financial worries of any kind. That's some success to me. How about you, Ty?
Success for me is who have you helped today? Who did I make better today? You know, and we work, like I said, in leadership roles. I'm in healthcare. We're in healthcare. And so every day you're helping someone. You may not be in the mix of that right there, but you're helping someone. So that's success for me. You know, today I helped someone get through whatever it was they got through. So that's what drives me. You know?
And money.
And money as well. Money is always nice. You know, it's like oxygen. You need it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
just helping people.
Awesome.
Oh man. For real, man, I would just say getting better every day. You know what I'm saying? Did you get better today? You know what I mean? It might not have been your best day, but did you get better? You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, every day ain't a happy day.
Mm-hmm.
So even on bad days, on them days that was really, really hard, did you get a little bit better? I mean, did you push through? That's what success is. And then at the end, you sit back and you in totality, and that's your life. But like for real, success is just the details of life, small increments every day of getting better. And if you eventually do that, you'll look back and be like, I was successful. You know what I mean? So just that's what it is to me. Just working and getting better, striving for your next step. Your 45, your 55, your 65, your next step. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Details of life. I like that.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's conscious by nature, knowing that we're helping others too in that fashion is success to us.
22 years old. You got a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got kids? No. How long
Wait.
you been together?
It's been about
9 months. 22 years old. You got a dog together?
Yeah, we got a little.
Oh, you got kids. You got kids.
Basically
okay.
a kid.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you say that, but That's a mini Doberman pincher.
Yeah, it's the new school era. You know what I mean? They get move in, they buy dogs and everything together. Whoa, smoke.
Well, I mean, I actually do that first before you even
Yes,
have
for
a kid
sure.
out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we can take care of this dog.
First,
You
yeah.
know, but that's real. So you said you guys been together for about 9 months, so that's still new in the game. You know,
Yeah.
but it's enough time to know.
Has you met your mom?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
She met mom. She met his mom.
You must really like
she met
her.
the family. Yeah.
Oh, you must really like her. Then 9 months in, let me see.
We've been talking like since December of 2019.
So y'all spent all of Corona together.
Basically. And you know what's crazy? I feel like I've got to know I learned somebody else in a shorter amount of time than I ever learned.
Well, you was on top of her every day, so
well, not all the time.
like you for 30 days straight, it was straight corn. It wasn't nothing shaking.
Man,
So if you was with her in the middle of the year and you spent that long, what was that, like 5-week stretch where you just, if you was working, you went home or went to the grocery store because wasn't nothing open.
Nothing going on.
Oh yeah.
So y'all was together?
It was together.
Oh yeah, that's how you learn somebody real quick. Their habits, living together. That's easy.
Everything.
Yeah, she might be the one then.
Straight up.
If you can stay within that stretch of time and be like, okay, this is someone I can settle down with, that's cool.
Yeah.
Some people are like, nah, check please. You know, I can't. Oh my God, maybe this one.
That's when we talk about like really the positives of the quarantine.
Because I got some negatives.
Oh,
Wait a
man.
minute. Let's hear about negatives of the quarantine.
Oh, listen, you know, it's like, because when you get my age, you know what I mean, you end up talking to fellas that have been married for a little while, and they just happen to just be like, man, they be like, damn, I forgot how much I hate my wife.
Oh,
Because you know what I'm saying? He had lost his job. He used to work like 12, 13 hours a day. He gone all the time. You know what I'm saying? He barely see her. You know what I mean? When he come home, she doing something with the kids or gone with the girls or she, you know what I mean? Like, forgot how much I hate her, man.
Oh man.
And then you can't even really like go out and cheat on her because I mean, who you gonna cheat with? Like the corona is out here, so you know, like everything is locked down. At the time, you understand, you don't know what's really going on. So yeah, I seen that man go grand about 3 months.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I heard a lot of stories like that.
Man, that's terrible.
You know,
bro.
cats like, I don't even know this woman. And I've been married to her 50 years or whatever. You know, something crazy. You know?
Yeah, man.
But you have that break, that period. You guys go to work. They're working 8, 9, 10, 15 hours a day. They come home. You spend maybe 4, 6 hours with your, significant other. 3 of those hours probably sleeping. You don't know this person.
And the other 3, you dealing with kids and doing this and that.
Right.
So you don't really, you have not interacted with them since you started, dating how long ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's crazy you put it like that. Like,
And I heard, some guys that actually found like new love with their wives through those things too, because I
thought we was talking about the negative. All right, here you go. Raining on switching the parade on us. Okay, man. Go ahead. They fell in love with him.
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah. Because they might have kept company a little more, got a little more intimate or things like that. Or, figured out that they ain't like being around them and that shit either. So, there was a lot of positives and negatives that came from it. But sounds like you got something. Stick with that.
Definitely will.
Tyson Porter, man. So let's just segue right into it, man. Give me my talk, man. What you got for me this week, man?
Oh man, I haven't been out into the space too much this week.
The grammar, you ain't gram me out.
I ain't really grammed it out too much this week.
Young man. What's going on Instagram, man? I know you scroll.
Yeah, he should know.
Social media. Come on, tell me something.
Man,
keep me in the loop.
Them silhouette challenges.
Oh, we talked about that.
Give me some.
Let me see what else. Shoot.
Hold on. I got one. Let's say your lady did the silhouette challenge.
Uh-oh.
How would you feel about that?
So my woman, she is very independent. So at the end of the day, she's gonna do what she want to do. Regardless. You can say what you want, but then, like for example, I'm a photographer, and it was even the OnlyFans situation, like that was even brought up sometimes. But some, there's nothing wrong with, women wanting to take more revealing like pictures and posting them, like that's in some lingerie or something like that.
Model.
She models, she does all that. Well, I mean, yeah, she models for sure, but I'm saying, and anybody that posts pictures can consider themselves models nowadays, especially with Instagram. But like, I'd rather be the ones supporting her passion and taking those photos rather than somebody else or another dude.
Okay, now, man, if she did the silhouette challenge, like put it out there, posted it, how would you feel? That's all. Well, I don't want you to get around the bush. I don't want you to get the question. I just want to know how you would feel if she was behind the red screen. Go.
I wouldn't be too mad, man. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be too mad.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. That's respect, for sure. Because I wouldn't either. Like, I know cats pulling back the curtain or whatever. If that's what she did, that's what she did. Like I'm with that.
I'm with her. Yeah, exactly.
You want to give me a novel on it, man. I know you're trying to, she going to see it. You're trying to save the face. Like, nah, man.
Just jump out the window.
Right. You got to learn how to hit the curve. Okay?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The window or the stairs. It's either one.
Oh, man. So, yeah, man. I guess like my suit, man. I'm clean as fuck. I know, man.
Gotta show the shoes. You can't see the shoes on the camera.
Oh, man. One of these cameras got my shoes. I know. Yeah, somebody got it. You know what I mean? I think him over there. Hey, camera over there. So, yeah, my wife said make sure we get the shoes on here, man. Everybody looks really good, man. Thank y'all for, cleaning it up today, man. And you see our setup, man? Our new setup is dope, man. I keep telling you, thank you for hitting me. I mean, appreciate it. Roadcaster, mics, chairs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just adding and upgrading a little bit. Some lights. You can't see the lights, you know what I mean? Man. They're in the background and shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, just thank everybody for supporting the show, man. Got any shout outs? Got anything going on, man? You want to say hi to anybody out there?
Shout out to Kev. Kev doing better, my cousin. Last month, I believe I spoke on him. He had caught a stroke, but he's doing a lot better. So thanks for the prayers and well wishes. Shout out to Kev, man.
Got any shout outs? Anything?
I want to shout out my brothers real quick. This week was a tough week for me. A lot went on. My daughter was involved in a car accident. She's good, thank God. But these brothers reached out to me, checked in on me, prayed for me. And that's important to have people on your team, in your circle, cats who love you. You know what I'm saying? Right. To check in on you, to make sure you're good. You know what I'm saying? That's key. You had early on said you had some people on your team that you looked up to. The message I want to give to people right now is make sure your team is right. Because when your team is right, you can go places. But if your team isn't right, you ain't going nowhere. So that's all I got to say right there, man.
Yo, you got a shout out. You got a shout out?
Shout out to, my niece, Maddie. She's just born not too long ago. Yeah, our family. So shout out to her and my sister for being a mother and being somebody to the family.
I know we do like final thoughts or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was like motherfucker Jerry Springer, like I was just feeling like, I don't know. I seen it. I watched the show last night and I seen it. I was just like, you know what? I really don't like that.
It was Jerry's final thought.
Yeah. Right. Like, man, I don't know what, it just came over me. I was chilling, I was watching the show, I was like, yo, I don't like that. We're about to kill it. So, man. Shout out to my wife, man. Good looking for the new mic, man. You know what I mean? Always taking care of me. Shout out to my cousin Selma. She getting married next Saturday, man. Then she moving to Chicago, man. Okay. So hopefully I get to meet the new hubby and we link up in the Chi-Town, man. And for sure. Thank you, Tyler, for coming through, man, and being our guest, man, and sharing with us, man. Our Conscious Spotlight. We had a really good show today. Thank you for joining us, man. I don't know. I really don't want to get off the mic, man, but we gotta go, man. It's over today, man.
We gotta go.
All right, man. Stay conscious, everybody. We out.
Peace. Peace.